Yes, in the last class we have discussed until electric switch, electric circuit. Let us discuss about electric conductors and insulators.
Sir?
Electric conductors and insulators.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Ask your doubt. What is your doubt?
Sir, to make a bulb light, you have to join the plus and minus connections, right?
You need to connect the plus terminal of the electric cell to any one of the terminals of the bulb. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Right?
Okay, sir.
And negative terminal, that is minus terminal of the electric cell, you need to connect to the other terminal of the bulb. You should not connect the wire that is coming from both the terminals of the electric cell to one terminal of the bulb. You have to connect to opposite terminals from the opposite terminals of the electric cell. I already have shown you in the textbook also, the pictures are there. You can see. If you are having a Android device, that is a Android phone, in the YouTube you can see different types of connections between bulb and electric cell. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So the word conduct means, what is the meaning of the word conduct? You have learnt this conduct word regarding stem. Stem conducts water in upward direction, food materials from leaves to
Supplying of anything is known as conductor.
act of
Acting or
transport,
act of supply
act of
anything
allowing
from one
something,
to another.
act of allowing something to move through it is known as conduct. Right? Allowing something to move through it is known as conduct. So electric conductors, the word itself is self-explanatory. Conductors are the materials that allow the electricity to pass through them. That allow the electricity to pass through them. And insulators, these are the substances which do not allow the electricity to pass through them. Okay? So why should we know about conductors and insulators? Why should we learn the science? First of all, in the science we are learning this electricity, conductors, all the things. Why should we learn the science? To better utilize the substances that are available in and surrounding us, right? Some of the substances may be useful to us, some of them may be harmful to us. Some of them may be useful, but if they are not properly handled, they can become harmful. That particular statement is applicable here related to electricity. Electricity is useful to us if it is properly handled. It is harmful to us if it is improperly handled. How to use electricity properly? If we have the knowledge of conductors and insulators, and if we have the knowledge of circuit, switch, all these things, then we can properly handle the electricity. Is that clear? See, we should not just learn this chapter for the sake of answering some questions in the exam. We must learn everything from the science, especially from the science subject, for the better application of scientific knowledge in our day-to-day lives. Got my point? Okay? And especially this electricity chapter it is very, very important chapter, because in our day-to-day life, without the use of electricity, our life, it is not at all running now. In that or not? Do you accept with this or not? Okay. Without electricity, we can run our life, but we made our life in such a way that we feel like we cannot run our life without electricity. So, especially the young children who are not knowing the correct details, correct knowledge about the usage of electricity properly, they may be coming across certain accidents. You might have heard of some news. Okay, in Hyderabad, once some children are playing in a park. All of a sudden, a child who has touched a pole, he got electric shock and he just died then and there only. Because he was not having the knowledge about not to go there. Okay, and it is having a loosely connected electric wire. He went there as he was not having the knowledge about that loosely connected electric wire. Unfortunately, he touched the pole in order to take the support and he died. Okay, and you might have seen the birds that are actually perching on the electric wire. The birds that are perching on single electric wire, they do not die. Why? Whereas sometimes some birds die. What is the difference between the dead bird and live bird? What made a bird to die? In which condition the bird died? Right? All those things. Why should we not go to the near to the power station areas? In all our villages or cities or towns, power stations will be there. If you just go nearby that area, you can hear some sound that is coming from the wires. Okay, with more powerful wires, the sound also will be very high also. One should not go near to such wires when the power is running through the wires. Okay, electricity is highly attractive also. If it is less electricity that it is flowing through the cable or wire, it may not attract you. But if it is high, it will attract you. Though you may not be completely going near to it, if you are little bit in the zone of its attraction, you may get attracted, means by the wire automatically, and the wire will pull you, right? So all these things you must be knowing it. Okay, let us first learn how to better utilize electricity at our home. For that, we must have the knowledge about electric conductors and insulators. Okay, electric conductors are the materials that are used in electric circuits because they allow the flow of electricity through them. Why do we use conductors in circuits?
Satvik Shore is presenting, sir.
Not Satvik Shaura, it's Satvik Bannikidal. Not me, it's Satvik Shaura only.
Stop talking. Right. Electric conductors are the substances or materials that allow the electricity to pass through them. So, we use these electric conductors in circuits. What is circuit? The path of electricity from negative to positive terminal. Sorry, from positive to negative terminal. Which thing that we have to use? Positive to negative or negative to positive?
Sir, negative to positive, sir.
No. We are using conventional flow only. What is the conventional flow of electricity? What is the direction of conventional flow of electricity? I told you yesterday, in the last class. What is the direction of conventional flow of electricity? Is it from positive to negative or negative to positive?
Negative, sir.
Positive to negative only. So, in order the electricity to pass through in a circuit, we must use conductors, right? And and how can we use these conductors without getting any harm to us? And why do we get harm? Which all materials are conductors? First of all, you must learn that one. Most of the metals, salt water, human body or any animal body, wet plant materials, all these things are conductors only. So, our body also is conductor. That means electricity can flow through our body. Okay, sir, if electricity is flowing through our body, why will it hurt us? Why will it cause damage to us? Because electricity, it generates a great amount of heat. It is in relation to the amount of electricity that it is flowing. Generally, you might have seen 230 volts at your home. Have you seen it? It is written 230 volts like that.
Yes, sir.
If volts, that is, it is a unit for the electricity charge. Okay, unit for the electricity charge. Remaining details as you come to higher classes you will learn. With the increase in power stations, you might have seen 1 lakh volts, 10,000 volts, etc. Have you seen it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if you have gone to the railway station, okay, there is a caution board that is kept. The track is having high powered voltage wires running on the top. So be very careful. Don't trespass like that. Some caution board is there. Because there somewhere around some 10,000 volts electricity flowing wires will be there. If unknowingly even a little finger touch also, it will immediately cause the death. It will immediately cause to the death. Right? Okay. And have you heard of lightning? Lightning. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if lightning hits a person, will the person is going to be alive?
Yeah,
Because, listen, you know, the electricity generates heat energy. Okay. Lightning also, it is form of electricity. Then how much heat energy that lightning will generate, you know? More than 5 times than the normal sun's heat energy. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Imagine if our sun's heat is rising 2 degrees centigrade Celsius in summer itself, we cannot move out. Right?
Yes, sir.
So from 40 above, if it is crossing 40 degrees Celsius or 50, it is unbearable to us. Right? But if it is 40 into 5, how many degrees?
200 degrees.
If 200 or 250 degrees Celsius of heat, if 200 or 250 degrees Celsius of heat, all of a sudden if it is falling on our body, can we survive?
225 degrees.
No, we cannot survive. Got it? So, as with the increase in the voltage of electricity, the generating heat also increases, so only it damages our body. So, how to use electricity then? Sir, our body is conductor and the material which we are using for the usage of electricity, that is also conductor. Then if we touch, we will get shock. How to avoid the shock? if the conductor material is covered with another material through which electricity does not flow, then we will be at safer zone. Are you getting it? So the materials that do not allow the electricity to pass through them, the materials that do not allow the electricity to pass through them are known as insulators. What they are known as? Insulator. Insulation means it prevents. Insulate means to prevent from. Electric insulators means it is preventing the electricity to flow through it. That is known as insulator. Okay? Right.
Sir, plastic is insulated.
Yeah.
Sir, rubber also, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, that's why they wear rubber slippers. Electricity. Sir, they use insulation tape to cover the wires. Everyone's voice is echoing. Yes, sir. Everyone's voice is echoing. Rubber, sir. Sir, your voice is not coming.
What are insulators? The materials which prevent the electricity to flow through them are known as insulators. Plastic, dried wood, pure water. Pure water means no salt should be present in it. But generally that much level of pure water, obtaining that much level of pure water is little bit difficult. So you must be very careful with all sorts of water while you are using with wet hands. You should not touch the electric wires. Okay, without wearing hand gloves which are made of plastic, you should not touch any electric wires. Though the electric wires are already covered with a plastic covering, still you should not generally touch with your bare hands, because if that electric wire, that plastic is having some crack, there are chances that you may be getting electric shock. So you must be knowing about the insulators and conductors both. Then only you should, if it is needed, you can go to handle the electric devices and electric wires. Okay. Now let us see the keywords and fill up the blanks, etc. What is bulb? What is bulb?
Sir, bulb is a source of light.
Bulb is the electric device which gives off light upon switched on condition. Okay, simple. And what is filament?
Yes.
Filament is the thin wire present in the electric bulb that gives off light upon switched on condition. Conductors, insulators already I gave. Electric cell, it is a small electric device that generates electricity by having chemicals present in it. Switch, it is the device that can open or close the switch. Can open or close what?
Circuit.
Very good. Circuit. Switches can. And what is electric circuit? The path of electricity. Okay.
Sir, electric circuit.
Terminal means
Where the
Every electric device will be having two ends, positive and negative ends. And these ends of electric devices like electric cell or electric bulb, all these things are known as terminals. Coming to fill up the blanks. Exercise. Filling the blanks. A device that is used to break an electric circuit is called what?
Switch.
Switch. An electric cell has how many terminals? Two terminals. So here mark true or false for following statements. Electric current can flow through metals.
True, sir.
True. Instead of metal wires, a jute string can be used to make a circuit.
No, sir.
No,
False.
because through jute string electricity does not flow. Electric current can pass through a sheet of thermocol.
No, sir.
Thermocol
False.
does not. Thermocol is an insulator. It is not a conductor. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir. See, question number. Are you having textbooks with you?
Yes, sir.
Question number 3. Explain why the bulb would not glow in the arrangement shown in figure 12.13. Why?
Sir, the bulb could not glow because one end of the bulb is connected to wood.
Bulb the circuit is having an insulator in its path. Okay, so it cannot glow.
Sir, the bulb cannot glow because the circuit is having an insulator
Yes.
instead of conductor.
Okay, fourth question. Complete the drawing shown in figure 12.14 to indicate where the free ends of the two wires should be joined to make the bulb glow. Already one end is joined to metal case of the bulb. So,
Sir, we will join the first and second to the bulb and second to the
one end of the wire, it must be attached to the bottom terminal of the bulb, and another end of the wire should be attached to the disc, that is bottom disc of the electric, not bottom disc, that is top terminal, positive terminal of the electric cell. Okay. Fifth question. What is the purpose of using an electric switch? What is the purpose?
Sir, we may
To either on or to off. That is to break the circuit or to close the circuit, we use the electric switch. Next, sixth question. Would the bulb glow after completing the circuit shown in figure 12.14? Instead of a safety pin, we use an eraser. Instead of safety pin, we are using eraser. Will it glow? Will it glow? No, because eraser is insulator. Eraser is insulator. Okay. Next. Seventh question. Would the bulb glow in the circuit shown in figure 12.15? See here. Would the bulb glow in the circuit shown in figure 12.15? No, because the wires from both the terminals of the electric cell, they are connected to the single terminal of the electric bulb. They must be connected to both terminals of the electric bulb. Then only the bulb can glow. Right. Eighth question. Using the conduction tester on an object, it was found that the bulb begins to glow. Is that object a conductor or an insulator?
There is conductor and
Yes.
insulator also, sir, because the conductor is attached to the plastic, sir. And it doesn't.
The inner part of that conduction tester is conductor. The outer part is insulator. Okay? And inner part being conductor, it is completing the circuit and the bulb is glowing. Right? Whereas the outer part, it is protecting.
Yes,
Next. Why should an electrician use rubber gloves while repairing an electric switch at your home?
Because rubber.
There is a possibility of getting the electric shock.
Because rubber is the insulator.
Yes, rubber is insulator, and to protect from the electric shock, you must use that rubber gloves. The handles of the tools like screwdrivers and pliers used by electricians for repair work usually have plastic or rubber covers on them. Can you explain why? Same. There are insulators So even see the pliers and screwdrivers, the ends are conductors. So they take the electricity, and your body also is a conductor. So if it is directly attached to another conductor between that screwdriver and in your body, if it is in between also there is a material that is conductor, then what will happen? You will get electric shock. So definitely you
Yes,
must
sir.
use some rubber or plastic material so that that electric shock will not be taking place.